Imana ishimwe uko mumusanze niko ari.
Emmanuel is a 19-year-old boy who was born different. He was born without limbs. He was born with one leg and one arm. He says life since childhood was difficult, and it became more difficult when he started going to school. As he grew, he found himself like this, and he could not believe he was born like that. He wondered why. Other young children would run and play, but for him, his games were limited. He had to always remain seated for a lot of time.
Mara kumenya ubwenge ngasanga meze utya, numvaga muri njyewe ari ikibazo, nagira aho ngiye abantu bakancungera cyane.
As many people always overcrowded where he was, it made him so uncomfortable, plus some of them bringing in some negative comments, telling Emmanuel that it was better if he was not alive. Some were telling him that even when they have both limbs, life is difficult, and said they pity for him. These people, whom he called friends, never gave him any word of encouragement. They rather discouraged this boy. He lost hope and then also thought that life is worthless. There was no one to motivate and encourage the boy. He needed someone to remind him that disability is not inability. He was depressed, then decided to commit suicide, since he could see that all he was looking for was trouble ahead.
Kugeza ubwo nashatse kujya kwiyahura ndiyahura.
But things did not go his way, as many people always believe that if it's not your day, you cannot force yourself out of this world. As he attempted to commit suicide, he jumped from a 20-story building. He thought he was dead, but did not die. He went in coma for days, and waking up, he found himself at the hospital, hence coming back to life once again.
Nimara kwiyahura njya muri koma, maze kujya muri koma urupfu ruranyanga, ubwo rwanyangaga njya ndiyakira.
He wanted to die, but death was on vacation. After coming back to life, he took too much time thinking about why he did not die, and then he thought maybe there is a reason for his existence in this world. He started seeing other disabled people who were happily enjoying life despite being disabled. He learned from his own mistakes, then changed his mind and went to God and repent. He said he was sorry for what he did. He did not really know what he was doing. He believes God forgave him. He developed a sense of self-belief and self-acceptance. From here, he started living life to the limit while exercising and doing different sports activities. He also went back to school. But due to the way he walks by hopping, he says it's very difficult for him to reach school. And whenever it rains, matters become worse. He can't attend because roads are very slippery, which might be risky for this 19-year-old Emmanuel. As he was the only disabled student at school, most students would always gather around his desk, wondering how he lives and so on. After he joined secondary, the school was located very far, and due to the way he walks, even when he could move as fast as he could, he still could be late and so exhausted every morning. It was a tough decision, but he had no other options rather than dropping out of school. He said he had a lot of dreams, but since he's not learning, he knows life won't be easy. But says if there was any support that would help him attend school again, he would go back to school and start from where he left. He dropped out of school when he was in ordinary level, Senior 2. That was 1 year before doing the national exams. has neighboring children who are his friends. They say they love him because he spends time with them. They always come and check on him, then spend time playing and lifting him. These are his best friends, and they're so important to him since they make him not feel lonely. They make his days. He says without these little friends of him, life would be incomplete. To him, having such people who cares and always check on him, it's a blessing. Despite being physically impaired, he says that does not stop him living life to the fullest. He can do most of the activities here at home, like washing clothes, cooking, sweeping the compound, and can even cultivate. He does almost everything, but says fetching water is more difficult, and he does not do it more often. As a teenager who is 1 year away from coming to his 20s, he feels like going into a relationship. There's kind of care and affection he doesn't get, yet he says he deserves that affection. But the barrier is the disability. Most girls don't fancy physical impaired and broke guys, yet he's both. This means that most young girls cannot easily fall in love with him.
Nabateta bakanyanga bakavuga ati uriya se yakumarira iki nawe ntacyo yimariye kandi muri nge mfite ubushobozi nuko nicyo banyangira muri make.
And to him, this is a very serious issue because he's afraid that he might end up not finding a wife. But right now, it's not a big deal since he's still young. He knows a time will come after growing up, and one woman whom he doesn't know where she will come from will come to him. He jokes that maybe that woman will come from heaven. He hasn't lost hope. He knows great things take time. To him, it's just a matter of time. This 19-year-old says that he wants to go back to school. He says it's never too late. He knows it's never too late for him. He can still go back to school and learn so as to make his dreams come true. During his time at school, he was good at physics and aspired to be an engineer once he finishes his university studies. But for this to happen, he needs support. Since the school is located very far from home, the boy says it's impossible for him to attend regularly, despite the school being free of charge, and he only struggles with providing school materials. He would prefer a boarding school where he will be going just once in a term and returns at the end of the term. But adds boarding school asks for a lot of money which he does not have. To him, that's the only support needed to make his dreams come true. He understands that education is the key to a bright future. In other words, he's requesting for school fees so as to continue his studies. Since he misses some of his body limbs, he needs a prosthesis. This is an artificial device that replaces the missing part of the body. To him, it's too expensive, but knows it's possible. You can help Emmanuel by donating on the GoFundMe campaign's link found in description and pinned in top comments. In life, there are many challenges. It's a season of life. There is a time for mourning, or a time for celebrating, a time to fight, and a time to rejoice, a time to question, and a time to trust. But there is one thing we always hold onto: hope. When you lose hope more often, you become frustrated. You see no meaning in life. But when there is hope, you overcome many life challenges. You can lose everything, but never lose hope. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah, and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.